In the realm of video games, boss battles stand as the pinnacle of challenge, serving as the ultimate test of a player's skill, strategy, and patience. Whether facing towering monstrosities or cunning adversaries, these encounters are crafted to push players to their limits. However, amidst the chaos and intensity of these confrontations, there are bosses with weaknesses that defy convention. In this video, we embark on a journey to uncover 7 brutal bosses with utterly ridiculous vulnerabilities. Through exploration and analysis, we'll shed light on these unexpected weaknesses and unveil strategies for players to exploit them, ultimately paving the way for triumphant victory against even the most daunting of foes. Number 7. The Mighty Dragon with a Fear of Heights. In the expansive realm of a fantasy RPG, where dragons reign as formidable adversaries, one particular dragon stands out not for its sheer might, but for a curious vulnerability that defies expectation. Despite its imposing stature and reputation for power and destruction, this dragon harbors an unforeseen weakness, a crippling fear of heights. This revelation turns the tide of battle in a unique direction, presenting players with an opportunity to exploit the dragon's phobia to their advantage. By luring the dragon to high cliffs or precarious ledges, adventurers can induce a state of disorientation and vulnerability in the creature. As the dragon grapples with its fear-induced paralysis, players can seize the moment, unleashing a barrage of attacks to whittle away its defenses and secure victory. Whether through cunning manipulation of the environment or strategic implementation of abilities, players must navigate the battlefield with precision, capitalizing on the dragon's weakness to emerge triumphant in their quest. This unexpected twist adds depth and intrigue to the encounter, challenging players to think creatively and adapt their tactics in the face of adversity. Number 6. The Invincible Warlord with an Allergy to Pollen. In the midst of a medieval-themed action-adventure game where battles rage and kingdoms hang in the balance, players find themselves confronted by a seemingly indomitable adversary. A warlord whose prowess on the battlefield is matched only by his reputation for conquering with ease. Yet, amidst the clash of swords and the thunder of war, a peculiar weakness emerges, shrouded in the unexpected, an extreme allergy to pollen. This revelation introduces a unique dynamic to the conflict, as players must now navigate the chaos of battle with a keen eye for exploiting the warlord's vulnerability. By strategically deploying pollen-based attacks or manipulating environmental hazards that release pollen into the air, adventurers can turn the tide in their favor, exposing the warlord to a weakness he never anticipated. However, success hinges on careful planning and execution, as players must balance offense with defense, ensuring they capitalize on the warlord's weakness while evading his formidable assaults. In this high-stakes encounter, victory is not merely achieved through brute force, but through cunning strategy and exploiting the most unexpected of weaknesses, proving that even the most formidable foes can be brought to their knees with a well-timed dose of pollen. Number 5. The Gigantic Behemoth with a Sweet Tooth. In the desolate wastelands of a post-apocalyptic world overrun by colossal beasts, players encounter a behemoth of unparalleled size and ferocity, a creature that inspires fear merely by its presence. However, amidst the chaos and destruction, a surprising weakness emerges, a seemingly insatiable sweet tooth. This revelation adds a fascinating layer of complexity to the encounter, as players must now devise cunning strategies to exploit the behemoth's unexpected vulnerability. By utilizing sugary treats as bait or wielding confectionery-based weapons, adventurers can create openings in the creature's defenses, distracting it long enough to launch coordinated attacks. However, success in exploiting this weakness requires more than mere brute force. Players must demonstrate resourcefulness and ingenuity, setting traps baited with sweets to lure the behemoth into vulnerable positions. Through careful planning and execution, players can chip away at the creature's formidable health pool, proving that even the most monstrous adversaries can be subdued by appealing to their most unexpected cravings. Number 4. The Ruthless Pirate Captain with a Phobia of Ghosts. In the thrilling setting of a swashbuckling adventure on the high seas, players find themselves locked in a deadly duel with a legendary pirate captain, whose name strikes fear into the hearts of sailors across the 7 seas. However, amidst the clash of swords and the roar of cannons, a surprising revelation emerges. The pirate captain harbors an irrational phobia of ghosts. This unexpected vulnerability presents players with a unique opportunity to gain the upper hand in their confrontation. By leveraging their knowledge of the captain's fear, adventurers can summon spectral illusions or conjure ghostly apparitions to sow confusion and weaken his resolve. The strategy lies in utilizing ghost-themed abilities and tactics to unsettle the pirate captain, creating openings for decisive strikes amid the chaos. Through cunning manipulation of the supernatural, players can exploit the captain's weakness, turning the tide of battle in their favor and proving that even the most feared adversaries have vulnerabilities waiting to be exploited. Number 3. The Mechanist War Machine with a Weakness for Compliments. In the bleak landscape of a dystopian future dominated by machines, players find themselves facing off against a mechanist war machine of unparalleled strength and firepower, a behemoth of metal and circuitry that strikes fear into the hearts of resistance fighters. However, amidst the whirring gears and thundering cannons, an unexpected weakness emerges, a susceptibility to compliments. This revelation adds a fascinating twist to the encounter, as players must now employ tactics of charm and flattery to exploit the war machine's vulnerability. By engaging in witty banter or showering the machine with compliments, adventurers can momentarily lower its guard, creating opportunities to dismantle its defenses piece by piece. A strategy lies in navigating the battlefield with finesse, seizing every opportunity to exploit the machine's susceptibility to ego-stroking dialogue. Through cunning manipulation of the machine's pride, players can level the playing field and prove that even the most formidable adversaries have weaknesses waiting to be uncovered. Number 2. The Ancient Lich with a Fear of Sunlight. In the eerie depths of a dark and foreboding dungeon, players find themselves face to face with an Ancient Lich, a sinister necromancer wielding dark powers and commanding legions of undead minions. However, amidst the gloom and terror of its lair, a surprising weakness is revealed: a deep-seated fear of sunlight. This unexpected vulnerability presents players with a strategic advantage, as they must navigate the labyrinthine corridors of the dungeon with a keen eye for exploiting the Lich's weakness. By strategically positioning mirrors to reflect sunlight or casting potent light-based spells, adventurers can illuminate the darkness and weaken the Lich's dark magic. The strategy lies in orchestrating a coordinated assault that exposes the Lich to the cleansing power of light, chipping away at its defenses until it is ultimately banished from the realm of the living. Through careful planning and execution, players can harness the power of illumination to vanquish the Lich and restore peace to the haunted depths of the dungeon. Number 1. The Enigmatic Entity with an Obsession for Riddles. In the surreal expanse of a dreamscape where reality warps and shifts like wisps of smoke, players find themselves confronting an enigmatic entity shrouded in chaos and mystery. This entity, whose very essence seems to defy comprehension, holds within it an unexpected vulnerability, a profound obsession with riddles. This revelation transforms the nature of the encounter, as players must now rely on intellect and wit to gain an advantage over their otherworldly foe. By posing challenging riddles or engaging the entity in intellectual discourse, adventurers can divert its attention and disrupt its focus on combat. The strategy lies in unraveling the enigmatic threads of the dreamscape, employing cunning wordplay and strategic thinking to outsmart the entity in its own game. Conclusion. In the diverse landscape of video game boss battles, uncovering and exploiting a boss's weaknesses often proves pivotal in determining victory or defeat. These weaknesses, sometimes seemingly ludicrous or outlandish, serve a crucial role in enhancing the depth and creativity of the gameplay experience. They challenge players to adopt unconventional tactics, encouraging them to think outside the box and adapt their strategies accordingly. By recognizing and capitalizing on these unexpected vulnerabilities, players can effectively shift the balance of power in their favor, overcoming even the most imposing adversaries. Whether it's exploiting a dragon's fear of heights or a pirate captain's phobia of ghosts, these absurd weaknesses offer a refreshing twist to traditional encounters, injecting humor and unpredictability into the gameplay. Join us as we delve deep into the world of gaming, uncovering secrets, strategies, and surprises along the way. Don't miss out on our next adventure. Hit subscribe and stay tuned for more epic content.